Dude, I've never played D&D. Like, I've only seen that thing in the Stranger Things, and that's it. That was my only, reference to watching this movie, which turned out to be fun.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the best part about the movie. It's so open.
Anyone can watch it. And we're talking about it right here, guys. Welcome to New Society. I'm Prince, joined by Varun, and there's a spoiler discussion of Dungeons and Dragons, Thieves Among Us. No.
Honor Among Thieves.
Honor Among Thieves. And it's a really fun movie, so you can catch it in theaters. So that's our overview, non-spoiler. But now we'll start going into spoilers. And dude, this one really surprised me in a sense okay, first of all, my biggest issue was there were no subtitles. I don't know why. They always used to have subtitles for English films. I don't know why they were not having there. Not that I don't understand English. It's just Chris Pine the way it talks. I don't get anything what he's saying. And also, other things that when they subtitles, right, you remember the names of each character. I don't know the name of any person in the film because it doesn't register, right, until you read it.
True.
You know? So I don't, like Olga, I think. Olga, I remember. Olga. Yeah, that's it. And Jonathan. Jonathan. that was really cool.
Yeah.
But coming to the film, again, I'll say the story is average. It's not, oh my God, never seen before kind of thing. But the way they execute, I'll talk about sequences where there were stakes. I felt scared for the character. Especially when, that girl who transforms goes into the castle and then she's chased out. Dude, it's just single shots, all CG involved, everything. And then you're scared. Suddenly she's attacked. I'm like, no, run away. You're scared for her. And it's all single shot, and then the way they get into the caravan with the gold and all, the way they do that. It's just so unique ideas and unique ways to show things. Even visual effects. There was a lot of sequences where, that I don't know what effect that's called, where there's a big close-up of a person here, and at the side of the frame we see someone else, but it's effect is created that it cannot look like that normally, but they've created the character is too small and this guy is too big. Yeah, both are in focus, and a proportion is off.
Focus, it should be blurred out.
Yeah. So there were, I don't know, Doppler effect, I don't know, but there were also these zoom ins. Like how Triple R had it with the tiger. They were certain zoom ins, something happens and then zoom into the characters far away. And then we see them. And it was just refreshing. The cameo. I was expecting Vin Diesel actually, because they have a good relationship. I thought Vin Diesel will show up, but that was so fun, dude.
Yeah, that was fun.
And I loved, how we went into each character's backstory. Like when she goes in there, you expect cameo by. The cameo was by?
Wait, what?
The cameo.
Kौन?
Which husband? The husband.
एक मिनट नाम.
Come on. Hollywood Hrithik Roshan. No. Bradley Cooper.
Oh shit.
Bradley Cooper. Oh my God, dude. We should change the channel name. Bradley Cooper shows up, right? And it's funny. It's that he's so small and this and then, they don't go in the direction of just having, comedy scenes with him. It gets emotional.
Yeah, exactly.
That you left there, but you didn't stop thinking about it. And, it's like you left everything for your love and all, and it didn't work out. We never see that. It always works out, right?
Yeah,
so
that
was such an interesting, concept. And then with the magician also, we get into, he's so unsure about himself and he has to overcome himself, his self-doubt. The way they showed that, I think for the creature character who was turning into creatures, I don't think she had a arc like that. Maybe she just liked humans now. And then the Chris Pine's character, right, that he actually took that gold that day, and it was all his fault and he didn't accept it and all of that. So I think everyone's arc was solid, it was done very well. It
wasn't really a revenge arc for him. We thought it was a revenge, but it's actually him overcoming his own guilt. Because he knew that he picked up the gold.
And when all of this happens, right, you understand the focus in the filmmaking, that idea was to develop all these arcs perfectly, and then there'll be a lot of CG elements and a lot of fun and entertainment. The balance was perfect, which I think a lot of movies coming out today, the balance is off. Either the character goes too much and the plot makes no sense, or the plot takes too much, like Ant-Man, and the character there's nothing, I think they balance it really well. And I was I was like happy at each time, when that moment comes where you get to know they are focused or not, and then they did it really well. I was like, yeah, I'm happy.
Even and same with the humor. Like there were so many moments where humor could have taken over the emotions, or humor could have been like overdone, but they played it very well with that. And I was so happy that, because that has been such a big problem with like Marvel, especially lately. Like the humor it's either very like lame sort of jokes, or if it's funny, like it gets overdone. And like that balance was so good in this film.
Even a lot of CG work, you see it, right? Like when sometimes you can tell that the director just shot something and then they left it to the VFX department. So there's some disconnect from one scene to the other, right?
Yeah.
Whereas I didn't notice anything like that. It felt like they shot very well. They were sure of how to shoot everything, and then where you'll bring in the VFX and CG. So that was done really well. Apart from that,
I actually, it was very surprising. But like I was like, after the film, I was seeing a lot of
Wait, what?
Yeah, I actually noticed, like after watching the film, I was seeing things on Twitter and all that, but like they used a lot of physical effects and like puppetry and things like that. Like a lot of the costumes and all those things were real. So many characters who you could have thought were actually CG, they were actually real, and like they were puppets being used, operated by machines and all that. So like all that makes a lot of impact in how things look in the final film. And also with CG, like you were saying that it doesn't look like it was just they shot something, they didn't imagine like what it would be like at that point, and they just shot something and then later they will fix that in the post or like in VFX. It didn't feel like that. And I think it was also like there were unique things being shown with the CG. Like I never imagined that how a dragon that is like so big and so fat and chubby, like how that would even look like. And something like that is only possible by CG. That's why I think I told you that it reminded me of like the golden era of MCU, like Phase 3 movies and all that, because it had good balance of action and humor, and it used the CG to show something unique. Like it just reminded me of that scene in Thor Ragnarok's opening, where there's a dragon chasing him, and the dragon doesn't have wings, it has jet boosters like an aeroplane, and it's flying literally like that. Like that's something so unique. I never thought a dragon can be like that also. So same way in this, dragon can be like so big that it's having difficulty just chasing them. So that was
he ate a dungeon.
Exactly. So that was also so fun.
Yeah, again, that's so unique, so refreshing, and not just one CG dragon just attacking them.
Yeah,
it's just innovative, how you want to show something and have fun with it instead of just do a routine thing. And there were so many moments, even the I was thinking of the climax, right, where we get a one take and all of them fighting her. It is so good, and actually it reminds me of Guardians first movie. I would say maybe characterization wise and emotion wise, Guardians is superior. But even as the same feeling, I want to see what these characters are up to next, It's like nice to see that the way they work, right? I think there's a video about how DCU don't use the powers well. It's just dishum and nothing much. And whereas Marvel, every character has his own characteristics of fighting, and you implement that in especially Phase 3. How they use it. So I think here also it felt like he's using his banjo, right, whatever. Small guitar, and then he's using his magic. She's becoming different animals, and then she's the other one is a fighter. Like all that is happening, and it's interesting. It's so fun and refreshing, the way they, and then she's fighting back, attacking them, and then we get that Hulk smash moment at the end. It's just wonderful. Even the story made sense. It all connected with that guy who like a really good fighter during the dragon. They need to get that helmet, and I liked he walked away that too in a straight line. That was
Yeah.
fun. He didn't overstayed his welcome. I like that, because it was too OP character.
Yeah, yeah.
Then you don't know what to do with
Yeah,
it,
exactly.
and then it all just
Yeah.
falls apart. The villain's like his switch. I was expecting, he said, I feel good when a young child looks up to me, and then he at the end, later brings up the knife. So I was pretty sure maybe it was that he values the gold more than her, basically.
Yeah, that's true. And I think it was more like it was more about like ego satisfaction that people look
Yeah,
up
yeah,
to
yeah.
me.
Like
Yeah.
power you feel when someone looks up to you.
Mm.
And even that
Exactly.
villain was fine, he was just too uh, with his like literal meanings every time, and that was creating the humor, everything. Even
Yeah.
that whole arena thing that they were doing, that was also a very interesting idea to have
Yeah,
that, and how they solve it. Sometimes you feel like, "Arey, do this, man. What are you doing?" And the characters
Yeah.
don't do it, and you're like, "What stupid characters?" And then here you're like, "What's the plan?" When she says,
Yeah.
"Get in," I was really cautious, like, "What's the plan here?" And when they went in there, and I
Yeah.
remember, oh, it hits and it all goes down. I'm like, oh, now it makes sense, And the way she just put her finger out so the snake can, like, so much thought has gone behind
Exactly.
each and everything.
Yeah.
It's not just like illogical loophole kind of. Like, this is a film honest trailers and pitch meeting cannot make fun of. Maybe they can. They are good at it, but not
They
like
they
the
will
film
find
is
a way.
bad and they can make it.
Yeah.
You know?
But yeah, I think they can make fun of it, but they will like we can't tell, like for Ant-Man we can tell after watching the movie that these are the points
Yeah.
for all which like they will make jokes about. So but in this film we can't really tell that. We can't point out. So,
Even that
yeah.
talking to the dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
that was
Only
really
5
funny.
questions.
They left that one
Yes.
dude. Then also Jonathan joke, dude. Oh my god.
Oh,
Especially at
yeah.
the end. Especially at the end when they
Yeah.
just crash into the wall. And Jonathan like,
Yes, yes.
oh. So funny. Yeah, man, and
Yeah.
I liked in the start, they didn't waste too much time to establish the world and how it works, because I think
Yeah,
sometimes it
true.
becomes too heavy.
And you can also tell clearly like they are going to these different locations. Like you can tell that those who have played the game and
Yeah,
are
yeah, yeah.
familiar with
Yeah,
it, they
there's a
would know
sense
all that.
that people who know
So
Dungeons and Dragons,
yeah.
they know this reference, this what's happening, and all
For
of that.
others, it's just a fantasy
Yeah.
world that they are traveling to different
Yeah.
places, and that's it.
I was actually expecting at the end, just like our short film we made, it will be like few people are playing the game. It's not.
Yeah, I actually thought that it like something like that might happen. Oh, did your film open with like the actors saying thank you for watching or something
Nah,
like
nah,
that?
nah, nah.
Oh, okay. So
Directly
in
started.
my, at least when I saw the first, before all the credits and all those company logos come, but before that, like it was just all the 4 or 5 actors sitting and saying thank you for coming to the cinemas. Thank you for watching. That was I thought that that's so different. Like you don't see.
It felt like a labor of love. It felt like they had put in effort, to make something really good and not
True.
just, oh yeah, we got money, let's make some big franchise,
Yeah, it's
kind
a
of a churn it out.
famous franchise
Yeah.
in the West, so just make a money. Well, or just make a movie to make money from
I hope
that.
it's
Yeah.
doing well, man.
I think
hope
it's
it plays
doing
well.
well enough. Like yeah.
Maybe not like
So
billions of dollar, but
yeah, that's unfortunately impossible. But yeah. No, one thing I wanted to actually point out since you said about that planning and like that third act of the whole the maze
yeah.
sort of sequence and that arena thing. So I think at that point, or like even throughout the film, how they were continuously like their plans were failing and they were making like plan B, plan C, and all that. So I think that was very much like they managed to implement the game's features into the movie. Like that's sort of how the game happens, that when people are playing the game, this scenario happens very often, that the
Ah.
plan that you're making of what you're trying to do, it doesn't work out, so you and your team and your group has to think of something else and then at that moment and do that, and then sort of that might also fail at some point, so you have to think of something else and do that, and you and your like sort of team or group are locked on an adventure. Like that's what every D&D game is, that there's an end goal. It's usually something basic that you have to get a treasure, you have to save someone or something like that, but all of you are playing as different characters with different abilities, and how you sort of work together to get that, and a lot of storytelling involved. Like it's very fun. Each match is like a big story in and of itself.
And it's like even when they get the portal thing working and then it falls on the ground, now what to do?
Yeah.
Now we'll go other side also, this side also, she's trying to get in.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
they reach there, and then inside there's nothing, and the gold actually somewhere else, and then all of them get taken out. It was like natural
Yeah,
progression, doesn't feel forced. Or see, in a way, again, as I said, it's not like oh my god, I've never seen something like this, blown away by the story. Even at the end, the next beat, what's coming. When they're on the board, I know they are gonna go back, because they're gonna now become better people. They're gonna save the city and everything. I love the way they save the city.
yeah.
It's all falling, and
Oh yeah.
everything, man. The magician also, how he was robbing everyone in the beginning, and how the magic he does. The effects look so cool, man. He's changing the up and down. Everyone's going up and
Yeah,
down, and how like it
yeah.
all.
That-
Nothing felt off, throughout
Yeah,
the
that's
film.
true.
Everything like worked really well, and that I think that's the most satisfying thing. I think it's also environment we live in today, with certain movies coming out, that we're like, finally someone got it right. you
Yeah,
know
exactly.
that's, I think that's more satisfying than something new or fresh. That's, I think,
That's true.
a thing. And even at the end, when they save her with that, like, that's coming. Oh, she got hit, now you have to use either her or the mother,
Yeah,
and she means more to the girl than the mother would ever be, right? And
then
he has
the
to let
mother.
it
Yeah.
go. He has
Yes,
to
yes.
atone for what had happened and move on. So that was also,
Yeah,
it was sweet. It was, I'll not say, oh, predictable or what is nonsense. No, it
yeah.
was fun. It was like, yeah, that's where the story should lead to. So that was also
Yeah,
fun.
that's
I want to know that guy's backstory, the villains. What was his name? Freddy or something?
mm,
The Lord.
Forge.
Forge. I don't know.
Forge. Yeah,
Yeah, his backstory, like
I
when he's
think so.
telling his mother, and yeah, I wanted to actually
Yeah, when
know.
he just starts.
And in the beginning,
Yeah,
when they fly
I
with.
actually thought that they will show more of that. What?
Yeah. They just stop it. And even when in the beginning they fly off with Jonathan, they had actually got the grant. They could have just left. No, they just
Yeah.
fly with him.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And actually, you if you notice, I realized that they like the sort of seal that stamp that they give, that is green color in beginning, like they approved of
Yeah.
their
Even
release, and it was red. So like you
even
know,
before the character said that we had given you a grant, we understood that from the green thing, or they had gotten already.
yeah,
And at the end, it's red. Yeah, okay, fine. But after watching the film, I like want to play the game. Should we do it, guys? Let us know in the comments. Should we do a live stream of us playing D&D? I don't know how it works, but we'll figure this out. But let us know in the comments below.
yeah, yeah. So I think in D&D, like usually, since I don't know if anyone else from our geek society have played,
I'm
but
sure no.
and I've also not played. Like I'm not no expert or anything, but from the 3 times actually that I've played, yeah. So usually matches are like 6 hours or more. Like that's the usual length, but there is something called D&D one shot, which is meant like something that can be played in one go at like a shorter duration. So that's something that we can do. So guys, comment and let us know if you
Yeah,
want to see a
that'd be
live stream
fun.
of us
The Indian geeks
doing that.
playing D&D, just like
Yeah,
strangers.
I don't think that's very new content. Like I don't think any Indian YouTubers have. I don't know. I'm not certain.
Dude.
But yeah, it is new content.
Alright, guys, that's it from us. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you loved, what you didn't like? If you have seen the movie or not, I think you should. It will be a lot of fun, especially fun than the like the recent superhero film releases. And do like, share, subscribe,
Yeah.
support the channel, and we'll see you next time. Keep being out.